A KPRC2 investigation involving public trust and private deals. This morning, investigator Amy Davis is continuing her investigation into the Housing Authority's questionable contracts.
Now, her focus this morning, a project to install window AC units at 3 local housing projects. Amy's here with what you need to know about the deal that you paid for. Amy.
Yeah, that's right, guys. The Houston Housing Authority set out to install 1,615 window ACs, and they budgeted $2.3 million for this project. When it was all said and done, you and I paid more than $5.4 million. And Sophia, if this project sounds familiar to you, it's because you interviewed HHA President and CEO David Northern right here in August of 2023.
How were you able to get this type of funding?
Well, Department of Housing and Urban Development provides funding yearly to all housing authorities called capital funds. And so we looked at this as an opportunity.
So now, about 14 months later, we are investigating why that heat relief project cost you millions more dollars than planned and who got the bulk of that money. But this time around, David Northern is not talking.
The hum of this new window unit sounds like relief to CUNY Homes resident Larry Grisby.
All right, so you do think it's better insulated?
Yeah, now it is.
But what we heard about the contracts to install these ACs in Houston's biggest and oldest housing projects sounded troublesome. So we requested every contract, more than 22 companies hired to do the work.
Yeah, I just want to talk to you about this. This is public funds. Just wanted to talk to you about the work that you did.
Get rid of the camera and then I'll invite you in. But
Get rid of the camera and you'll invite us in? Did you know that his business was just formed 2 months before he got that contract?
No, we were only here to discuss a $50 million grant.
HHA President and CEO David Northern wouldn't talk to us on camera, but in a closed-door meeting, he told me the Housing Authority decided to split the bid 22 different ways to give opportunities to small minority women and Black-owned businesses that wouldn't otherwise get a shot at getting a government contract. It would be difficult to get a contract if you didn't even own a business. That's the case of Lamontre Woods. We introduced you to him last week when we showed you the incomplete, over-budget CUNY Homes Pocket Park project he managed.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So you signed up to speak. I mean, we would like to, again, offer you an opportunity to talk to us.
Woods declined to speak with us, but spoke instead to the Housing Authority Board at this meeting.
I have not, nor will I ever take any funds from any of my clients and not get the job done.
But before the Pocket Park, Woods was installing ACs for this project. Digging through contracts, we discovered he was paid $75 an hour as a project manager for Impact Commercial Construction at Irvington Village. About 4 months later, he started Elite Project Managers and got an emergency contract to take out dozens of those window units that were incorrectly installed and then reinstall them. Because this was classified as an emergency, there was no bid, and Woods walked away with more than $1.3 million. But it's not just the money you paid for work, it's also the money you paid for no work. These requests for payment and checks reveal the Houston Housing Authority paid out more than $128,000 for weather delays, material shortages, and days when residents wouldn't let contractors inside to install those ACs. You paid them by the hour, sometimes for 8 hours to do nothing.
Now, there is a lot to go through here, so we're sharing small bites of our investigation with you each day. Tomorrow, we're going to show you one of the contracts awarded to a business that's not even in Texas. So why did a company in Chicago get a contract to install window units thousands of miles away? That's what we're asking. We reached out to this business. And by the way, you're going to be surprised at what type of business this person does in Chicago. That's coming up tomorrow.
Interesting. Anytime they put the word emergency on there, it's like it's
Right.
all the rules get thrown in the garbage and we can do whatever
Right.
we want at that point. It's
Yeah.
wild. Okay.
All right, Amy, we'll be tuning in tomorrow for sure. Thank you.